Hey, what's up? This is Drake here, coming back with another Monster Hunter Wilds build video. I got back into the new content after they dropped AT Arc build and all that, and I've been enjoying the game pretty well. But I put together I guess you would say a fun Shatter Sword build. I don't know that it's probably not meta. It's pretty high damaging, but I just put together basically just a bunch of extra pops of damage from the Shatter Sword, and honestly, it is pretty high damaging and pretty fun to play with. Like when everything procs properly on every level 3 charge attack. See, that was 970 for 3 hits, but there we got full flare, so when the 4th one hits from flare, which procs fairly often, you see it hit there, we did 1441 damage on the draw, just a level 3 charge draw attack, which is really, really respectable, honestly. I mean, you could probably get more damage out of a GOG Ardian, but this build is just so much fun to mess around with. But anyway, I'll just get straight into the build here. If I can figure out what the heck I'm doing. Okay. Yeah, equipment info is what we're kind of playing around with is the Shatter Sword here has the Shattering Reflection, which is every time you hit the ground after a level 3 charge attack, you get the shatter effect, which is like 150, and it does crit. So by running full crit draw, and we do the crit draw play style every time, that's where I think you get the most benefit at, is because you're trying to do your level 1 crit draw, or level 3 crit draw as much as possible, which is probably the lower damaging of the 3 charge stacks that the Greatsword has. So the amount that the Shatter's Reflection, and then we're going for the Bale Wave also, and they both add about 150 apiece or so. So I mean, you can see if you look at the video, our initial hit hits for 600 and something, but it ups it to 900 and something. So between the two, you're getting around a 50% increase on damage every time you land a level 3 charge draw attack. I can't speak today, which is really respectable. I mean, I know the Shatter Sword has quite a bit less raw damage and it has no elemental, so you're losing that. But for crit draw playstyle, I think maybe it's equivalent, if not a little bit more, than the best roll GOG Ardian that you could get. I mean, other than you're losing the set bonus. But here's the set, kind of. Like I said, I just went full critical and crit draw because, as you can see, the Shatter Sword has so much white sharpness that sharpness is just not an issue. You will never get out of white sharpness in any encounter, just because it has so much and you're doing so few of a hits. But I went with the Bale head and chest to get the Bale Wave, and basically for the quick sheath, honestly. And it does have, I mean, this build does have a little bit of affinity between the maximum might and the level 3 latent power that it has on it. So I mean, if you want to play regular, if you want to throw in a few regular, true charge slashes in there, there's a decent chance. You see we're sitting at 57% affinity. There's a decent chance that they will crit and do decent damage as well, and also get the extra wave attacks on them too. So it's not just specifically a crit draw build. That's kind of the best way to play it, in my opinion. And also what I stacked on here was a 2-piece of the AT Arc build for the flare. We went full flare, and at full max 5 flare, the flare hits for 400 per activation. And from what I've just tested on the Greatsword, it hits between every 4th and 10th hit. I haven't seen it go past 10 yet. So it doesn't seem to be, it does seem to have an internal timer. Like if you wait between sections, it'll almost always proc the first time you hit after a certain period of time. But usually in normal play, it would be every 4th to 10th hit. So if you're just doing the crit draw, not doing the charge crit draw play style, then you will get that 400 extra damage, which is basically another draw attack for free every, like I said, 4th to 10th hit. And anyway, I threw Jindahad on there just to have the 3 agitator. It does a little bit more, like plus 8 raw attack while it's active, but mainly to get the 3-piece bonus from Lord Soul. So we got that 5% extra damage, and we've got guts in case we take a hit that we can't tank. We just got a little bit of help. Now I do got a pretty decent talisman that I've had for a while. It's 3 attack, 1 latent with 1 attack and 2 armor slots on it. that's really good. I haven't got one better yet. That's kind of RNG. But as far as the skill list goes, it looks something like this. We got full crit, and the sword does come with full focus, so that just kind of leans even more into the crit draw playstyle because you can just get those charges out 15% faster. We got full flare for the 400 pops, and also you will get a lot more wounds inflicted just from actively hitting the monster, so a lot more damage openings to do even more damage. We got 3 agitator from the Jinn, 3 latent. Like I said, I mean, you're not exactly suffering from no affinity with just regular play if you don't want to play the crit draw style, but it's kind of set up that way. I did go full stun res because, you know, in the later game fights, if you get stunned, you die pretty much because they will one tap you. Full quick sheath because quick sheath just makes life so much better on greatsword in my opinion. We do have resentment, so if you have red health, you're getting that 10 boost. Do have 2 level weakness exploits, so like I said, if you're hitting yellow, or you're getting yellow hits and everything's active, you are at like 67% affinity, so it's not bad. 2 evade window just so I could roll those attacks, you know what I mean, that I didn't want to block or try to counter. We got 2 maximum might, and I said because we have a little bit of affinity and it works pretty well. I was only able to squeeze in 2 divine blessing, but everything else is kind of it. We do have the 2-piece arc build hunger, so as we're fighting, we'll be passively regenerating a little bit of health, which is just kind of a nice comfort skill in my opinion. Then on it scales per your weapon speed, so on greatsword it procs every I think what 4 to 6 hits, I think you will get a little health. So about every time your flare activates, your arc build will activate, so you'll get a damage pop and a health regen to boot. And then, like I said, we got Dark Soul for the Bell Waves and Lord Soul for that. But yeah, I mean, just a fun little build. And I mean, I wouldn't even call it a meme build because honestly, it does really respectable damage. It's probably right up there with a GOG Guardian. And in my opinion, like the most consistent greatsword playstyle. It's the most boring, I'll give it that. But the most consistent that you will land most of all your attacks is just crit draw. And to be able to throw out 1,000 damage, you know what I mean, and just regular draw attacks hit pretty good. I mean, you're hitting for 300 damage that quickly. Just roll, seat your sword, you know, and do it again. And wait for your flare to activate. Let's see if I can get it to proc here. We can see the damage output. Now that I'm recording, it's not going to proc, is it? Well, yeah, it's never going to happen, is it? Like I said, I haven't seen it go over 10. And it probably will now they're recording. Yeah, there it went. You see the 400 flare pop, which is actually more than just a regular draw attack. It basically takes that regular attack and puts it up to around 700 and something damage on it. It's really respectable. Anyway, that's it. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you know anything better or different, drop it in the comments. I'd love to test it out. If you like the content, man, drop a sub. It's very appreciated. As always, thanks for watching.